Good morning, race fans. Racing 393 for another video that I've put together that I was actually going to do yesterday, as I mentioned. What it was is going to be a quick sort of a couple of laps really round a good track that's in a lot of sims, Bathurst, the Australian touring car track at Mount Panorama. And I was wondering what car to use over the years. I've done some fantastic cars from years gone by, because as you know, I do tend to favour yesteryear rather than current. So I was wondering which car would kind of fit that criteria. There was plenty to choose from, and most of the sims, you've got them in there anyway. I mean, the most obvious choice may have been the Australian V8s in the day, the Commodores and what they've got now, or go back a little way, Sierra, you've got Mustang, Rover Vitesse. So what I've decided to do is take, ironically, it's a Ford Capri. The Capri that in the game that you've got is a 1984 spec Capri, 2.8 injection. The only thing is, in 1984, they weren't going around the Bathurst. It was actually earlier than that, 82, 3, and so on. So it's a little bit out of sync. But the Capris, anyone sort of around about my age will definitely remember the Capri. I had one, not one of these, obviously, but not a touring car, but a road version. Always suffered from the rear end sliding out quite a lot, like a pendulum, it would seem. They weren't particularly very stable on the road. Not that I would recommend you try that out, but yeah. So what I've decided to do is to take this Capri, take a few laps around Bathurst, using the H pattern. I changed the wheel now, so I've got a wheel that would be kind of period for the car, rather than having like a semi almost Formula 1 rim on there. So I'm going to jump in and do a couple of laps, tell you a little bit about the car, and we'll go from there. Okay, enjoy the ride. Hello race fans, welcome to the beginning of the video. As you can see here, we've got the beautifully rendered, actually, Ford Capri. It is actually the 2.8 injection version, so effectively that would have been what would have come under. I don't know, I haven't got a lot of history actually on the James Hardy, but you've got effectively over 3000cc and under. This would obviously come under 2.8 injection. As you can see, it's actually very well modelled. Quite a lot of detail. Very basic, actually. There's not a lot to the car, but it's a Ford Capri. It's got the badge on it, the infamous Ford logo badge. Twin pipes at the back. I had a 2.8i actually. Nice they were too. Quite plush. I suppose they could have been deemed as a bit of a boy racery type car on the road, to a certain degree. But I don't know. There was quite a few round where I used to live. They were quite well looked after. A lot of people I know had one. So. But yeah, I enjoyed driving the car around, so it's a very simple model. But we're going to get in it now and have a little drive round Bathurst. So I'm sort of waiting in the pits. I've only changed the gear ratio because it's got that long straight, the Conrod straight. So I think one of the important things here, I'm going to try and, to the best I can, commentate on my lap. I know it's not really going to be ideal. There's tons and tons of corners on this. They're all named. So I'll try and do it as I come out of the pits. Excuse me. So at the pits, main straight. This first part here is called the mountain straight. And into turn, as you're going down the hill, it was topping out on the revs here. I had to sort of lengthen the gear ratio. So turn 2, quarry. It's actually a deceiving corner actually. You can actually go a lot faster in there than you actually realise. Turns 3, 4, 5 and 6. The cutting, which is coming up now. Which is a bit of a tighter bend, bit of a blind left-hander. Again, it's got a bit more room on the outside than you realise. And up the hill, 3 and 4. Griffin's Mount into 6, which is actually a fast right-hander. I'm trying to sort of work out where I'm at on the track now. So up over the hill, not sure what that's called there. Salmon Park, I think. So as we come up over sort of, I think that's McPhilly's Park went wide there. I think that's typically where I go wrong. Into Skylines, there's a combination of S's that go all the way through the S's. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Gradually going down off the mountain. They start off quite tight and they open out towards the end into the Dipper, which is at the bottom, and Forest. What's the last one called? Forest Elbow, which is coming down now on the left. Onto my favourite named straight in all of motorsport, Conrod Straight. Amazing, what a great name. I bet there's many Conrods laying around in that grass somewhere as well, to be honest. Maximum revs, maximum speed. In this particular version we've got the Chase, which inevitably tried to slow the cars down over the years. I'm not sure the Capri would have done that particular layout in the day, but into the Chase. That's turn 21, 22 on the way out. Short straight down to Murray's Corner. I don't think that's Murray Walker, but hey, there you go. Turn 23. And then under the bridge, across the line. So up to turn 1, which is Hell Corner. It's actually quite... You can actually curb ride on here, but the Capri doesn't particularly like curbs, I found out. So maximum speed, mountain straight. It goes down a little dipper here. You can almost peek out on the revs here on this car. So lots and lots of speed. It's not the fastest of cars round here, but at least it does help me commentate a little bit. So there's turn 2, quarry. Car's going third gear here. Not a lot of guts in the car because of the gear ratio. So going up the hill slightly. Turn 3, the cutting. Turn 3 and turn 4, the cutting. Uphill, very slight blind left-hander. Turn 5, coming out. Turn 6, Griffin's Mount. You try to go right out near the curb here, and here try to hug the inside and take it out to the outside. I think I might have hit the wall here a couple of times. Reed Park. Frog Hollow is coming up on the left. Turns 8, 9. Salmon Park. John Hicksman Vista and McPhilly Park is coming up round the edge. These are quite fast left-handers at the top of the mountain. Into Skyline and then the S's. All those turns, gradually getting quicker as you come from the top. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can't keep up with myself and I'm not quick. Dipper, which is going downhill as it comes out. So out of the S's. Turn 17 there. Down the Dipper. Turn 18, Forest Elbow. Well, turn 18 is the Dipper, turn 19 there is the Forest Elbow, that little kink. I think it's this little kink actually. That little kink. Conrod Straight, into the Chase. 20, 21, 22. It's a great track to drive round.
Track limits, this
but you can get out of bounds on this corner, which I found out. Penalise me for going too wide, although it is the racing line. Thank you for that. So I had to do another lap. It's difficult to something. I mean, this is one of the tracks that's got everything's named, so it's really difficult. Not just turn 4, turn 23, Murray's Corner. We'll call it Murray Walker Corner. I'm sure that's not right because he's not Australian. Down the main straight. Let's try another lap. Hell Corner, turn 1. You can try and get some curb on the inside, which is on the outside. So a lot of the modern touring cars would be hopping over that curb, but the Capri tends to sort of end up in orbit. Mountain straight. So it's starting to sort of descend here, but it does start from Quarry. It does start the climb up to the top of the mountain. So Quarry's a right-hander, third gear. I think you can carry a lot more speed around there than what I was doing. So going up the hill, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'll try and be a bit ahead of myself here now. So the cutting, Griffin Mount. I'm trying to imagine where this is on the track here. Is that Reed Park, Frog Hollow, Salmon Park, John Hicksman Vista and McPhilly Park. 7, 8, 9 and 10. Just coming up here. These are really fast. This almost feels a bit like a street circuit here. As I hit, I did hit the curb. That's where I hit it. Try and hug the curb here, which was a bit wide. I think I did another lap after this. So top of the mountain. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's tight there. That's the tightest bit, and then we can accelerate quite hard coming out. Last one here, coming down to the dipper, turn 18 as we go around the corner. Got to be careful, keep it tight on this one. The dipper, out of that tight left-hander. A little bit ahead of myself before, but the little kink here, turn 19, is actually Forest Elbow, but flat anyway, so you don't really notice it. Conrod and piston busting straight. I've seen some cars go off here over the years. And into the chase. More careful then, because you can easily overshoot. I've been so used to the downforce cars in my sims lately that you forget that this is just a normal car. So you can't brake as late as you actually think you could. I mean, maybe it's different in real life, but this is a sim, obviously. Murray Walker corner. I know that's going to annoy a lot of Australians if they ever listen to this. But hey, I don't know any famous Murrays off the top of my head. I'm sure there's loads. There we go. Mountain straight. Lots of slipstream on here, and because it goes downhill as well, you can gain even more speed into a corner, which I'm always indecisive for. I'm never sure. Quarry it's never really been my corner which I get right. I always get it wrong. You can go out really wide there, look, out to the curb on the left. I just don't use enough track there. This bit here, the cutting and so on and so on, 3, 4, 5 and 6 go wide on the entrance, keeping it tight, but you can actually go right out to the walls, over to the white line, over the curbs and right out to the wall again. I'm not utilising the track enough. To be honest, I haven't been on this track for ages, and it's in every sim now, so there's no reason if you've got some not the sims, but race sims, that you can have a little buzz round. That was pretty wide enough there. That was close to the wall. Keep it tighter on this one. So we're at the top of the mountain now. Skyline, hence the name, I suppose, as I name it off. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17, the S's. The tightest corner is there, and it starts to free up and sort of come down the other side of the mountain. As we said, turn 18 at the bottom there is the dipper, as it dips down. The little kink. Even in some tracks, modern F1 tracks, they wouldn't have named this little corner, but I think it's great they've done that here. Forest Elbow, flat out now. Trying to carry this maximum amount of speed down here and try to carry it through the chase, because that's where a lot of time can be made up. You can hear the car singing to me there. Heel and towing it all the way around. I mean, a lot of sim racers make a big thing of that, as I hit the curb there. It's not easy, but I don't know, it just seems to be like a little niche which I like doing, but I don't like the that everyone does it type thing.
That was
I don't know.
54.8.
I'm a
Good lad.
weirdo.
That's your best in the session. Okay, Dean. Very little fuel left.
Across the straight, down the off, another lap. There we go. So we're going to go to a replay. There we go. It sounds even better out car. So you can see the heel and towing. It's like I said, it's great. It works really well on some sims and some cars really suit it. I love that sound. That sounds incredible. It's almost like, you know, like the F1 sounds of 93 and 4. It just makes you want to play the game or play this car. So drive this car on any track, to be honest. Mountain straight. Quarry. You can see I wasn't quite as wide. They're nowhere near that curb. I'm not sure if I've been out of bounds actually. The cutting, Griffin's Mount, so on and so forth. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Out, wide out, tight in. Trying to use the track. There's a lot more time here. I mean, I'm not saying this is nowhere near a perfect lap. That was quite wide. That was not too bad. Could have gone a lot wider there. Use the track more. Out to the white line. That was good. Good sound of the engine. It's right on peak revs. That was good. Just about on that curb. As we go to the top of the mountain. Skyline. Because you can see the skyline. I nearly lost it here. Just carried too much speed. But kept hold of it. The S's gradually tightening up, and then they sort of free out as they come down the hill, down the mountain, down towards the dipper, which is here. There we go, that's the dipper. Tight left hander, keep it tight. Not too bad. I mean, you know, there's loads of improvements made. Forest's elbow, I think it's called. See if I can bust my 2.8 injection engine. Maximum revs, 8,000 RPM. It's got to be good 170 odd miles an hour. But didn't go quite as wide in. Trying to sort of brake as late as I can. Trying to get the car nice and square. Did hit the curb. Shit suspension on the Capri. Bouncing around. And there we go. So we're going to go down to the final turn. That's Murray's. Across the line. And there we have it. So there we go. That there was a lap of Bathurst, a lap or two of Bathurst in a Ford Capri 1984. Even though it was 1983, they would have raced these there. I hope you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different other than a Formula 1. And I shall see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.